Hey guys, I want to start off with a question for you. Are you your own best friend? Do you enjoy spending time with yourself? Do you think that you are pleasant company to be around with? I want to invite you to ask yourself this question. Am I a fun person to be around with? And really take a moment to ponder this question for yourself. And I want you to be really, really honest. I want you to look at things that you might not be so proud of. Maybe small behaviors that can potentially be very off-putting. Maybe you are a little bit too offensive sometimes, or too much of a people pleaser, and you don't know how to draw boundaries properly. Or maybe you're just generally a mood killer. Think about the next possible scenario. If you would go to a place, let's suppose a coffee bar or a park, would you want to invite yourself there if you were someone else? Asking yourself these questions can reveal a lot of character flaws that you can potentially improve on. This strategy is definitely one that I've used many times in my life to become a more pleasant person to be around with, because I tend to be a more introspective, melancholic, quiet, peaceful person. Sometimes very anxious, sometimes really not so peaceful. And this anxious energy can be perceived as very off-putting. So naturally, people used to subconsciously not want to spend too much time with me. And once I started to really look at myself and figure out the things that I could improve on, things really started to change, because I went through a phase where I felt like nobody wanted to invite me to parties or to gatherings. I felt like nobody thought of me whenever they were planning something fun to do. And by asking myself these questions, by really taking an honest inventory of my qualities and my flaws, I came to understand that I am not necessarily really comfortable in my own skin. I don't feel too comfortable within myself. So other people feel this tension, this inauthenticity. There is something off-putting to someone who is not comfortable in their own skin. And I used to think that I had to be the life of the party, to make everybody laugh and to create a playful atmosphere. But that was not really who I am on the inside. I'm more like a sensitive, calm, melancholic person. So playing that character was not really authentic. It was not really aligned with who I naturally am as a person. And of course, sometimes I can be very joyful and upbeat. And when I feel like that and I act accordingly, then it really enables other people to go along with my energy. Then it's very pleasant. Then people actually really enjoy it. But I also used to sometimes use it as some kind of a shield to protect myself from showing that I am actually way more sensitive and introspective than I want other people to believe. But this creates a discrepancy between who I actually am, and on a subconscious level you communicate to others, I don't accept myself, I don't feel comfortable within my own skin, and this tension, people pick up on that subconsciously. And I believe that this caused them to naturally reject my company because I rejected my own company. So I really started to dig into that and discover the things that I stand for, work on really integrating those, accepting those, and learning to enjoy to spend time with myself, polishing off the rough edges that were not serving me. Certain behaviors, certain anxious thoughts. I started to question these thoughts. I started to question these behaviors. Why are you doing these things? Why are you thinking these thoughts? Do they actually make sense? No. Then why are you having them? Replace them with new beliefs. And you can do the same. Take an inventory of all the things that you are not so proud of and go through the list and look for small ways to improve on each and every item that you have added to that list. And do this consistently. I hope it's not too loud with the airplane or the helicopter. It's a helicopter actually. But if you do this consistently, if you chip away the negative beliefs, if you cultivate the relationship with yourself more and more, and you start to feel more at peace within yourself, you will see that people will naturally start to invite you to be part of things more and more. I literally just received a message from a friend inviting me to do something today because I am at peace within myself. I took myself to the park. It's a beautiful place here, and I am genuinely enjoying the time here spending with myself. And I used to judge myself for being in a public setting alone. I felt like it looks like I don't have friends and people will think I'm stupid or silly or a loser because I am not hanging out with other people. But it's not at all like that. I came to even admire people who take themselves out to places, and you can see it. You can see somebody who is judging themselves for being there all by themselves, and you can see somebody who is actually genuinely enjoying the time they're spending with themselves. And that's a great thing to behold. It's fantastic to see someone just genuinely having a good time all alone by themselves in public, reading a book, listening to music, walking around, laying in the sunshine, whatever it is that energizes you, which gives you energy. If you can do that by yourself, you will show yourself that you appreciate yourself enough to do the things that you enjoy doing. You don't have to do things that you don't like. Like, for example, I don't necessarily enjoy watching a movie by myself, something like that. I really don't like it. It's something that I enjoy doing with someone else or with a few people, but by myself, not really. Maybe it is something that I could try more often and learn to appreciate, but you don't have to force yourself to do these things. You know, you can find things that you really enjoy. Like, I love to sit in the park. I love to go for a walk by myself. I love to sit at a terrace with my computer and write something, right? So find out the things that work for you and do more of those. And ask yourself the question, would I take myself out on a date if I were not me? Would I like myself as a friend if I were not me? And if not, what is the reason? And can I change something about that reason? Or if it's more than one reason, multiple reasons, can I change something about it? And if yes, go do that on a daily basis, small steps. and you will find yourself in a completely different place a week from now, and a month from now, a year from now. And you will thank yourself. And it's the hard questions that bring the most growth, but they require an honest answer. So answer honestly. Be critical. Don't fool yourself. You know when you're fooling yourself. I knew it. You know it too. So that's one of my favorite tools for self-development. If you want to become an overall more pleasant person to be around with, if you want to cultivate inner peace, it's answering these questions with honest answers that will gradually bring you there. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for wanting to work on yourself, because it will make a huge difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of everyone around you. And as always, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.